All right. So one time in band camp the other day, I did some self-reflection and kind of thought about who I am and how I got to be where I am. And a lot of it has been face the fear, face the fear. I've got some stories. I'm going to stretch this video out for a minute. So, because when I do shorts and I leave the comments, when you guys comment, I don't get notifications. So I don't know how to respond. I actually have to open it up and look into it. So I'm going to stretch this out a minute. So stay tuned if you can, if you have time. But anywho, so I was scared of things, as most kids are. And every time I was scared of something, for some reason, I thought that I really needed to face it. So I don't know why. And I've still got all the scars to prove it. Been extremely fortunate and blessed to not have taken any dirt naps, and I've come pretty close a couple times. But when it first happened, I was kind of looking back and doing some self-reflection. My dad got me a Schwinn, a bicycle, and it had that curved frame where you could kind of step into it, and it was way too big. If I was sitting on the seat, I could touch the pedals, but I couldn't touch the ground. I was a little dude. It's like 7 years old, and I was going to elementary school, and we had this concrete path that went up a hill, and then it ran down a hill, and then a platform, about an 8-foot long platform, and then there were steps, and they were about 4 foot wide by 4 foot long steps, and it was over a creek, and it was a spray painted place where teenagers would hang out and do drugs and whatever. There was a story that they were Satan worshipers and they would sacrifice virgins and goats. It's what the kids, it's what we talk about. It's what we believed. And so it was just a scary place, And so I thought that I could get through it faster if I was hauling ass on my Schwinn that's not really made for jumping. But the way the concrete was buckled, it was buckled in the middle. So if you know how concrete works, anyways, I do construction, so I won't get into it, but the way that it was buckled, it was pushed from the right side to the left, and it split in the middle, and all the concrete buckled and the rebar bent, and it wasn't thick enough. It wasn't a thick enough pour, but it was enough to where kids could walk across it and go to school. This is back before all the nonsense. So a lot of kids walked to school. I mean, if there was 200 kids, 150 of us walked to school. It was crowded. It was a busy path. And so I wanted to try this on a weekend before I did it on a school day, because Dad got me this bike, and it was a Schwinn, it had the recurve handlebars and a banana seat, and it was a comfort bike. But I was like, you know what, I'm going to jump this. So I rode it up top of the hill, stopped, looked at it, took my last breath, and leaped. Pedaled as fast as I could, built up speed, tried to jump those steps. And I almost made it. I almost didn't count this time. The last step was buckled in a V, and my front tire landed in it. And so it came to an immediate stop, bent the front wheel, and I flipped, ass over elbows, and landed on my face. I was still holding on to the bars when I hit my face. Blew my face out. Buckled the freaking bars, blew my face out. I was unidentifiable for like 2 weeks. Just like messed up, man. Yeah, so I got to thinking about that, and I'm still like that. Now my fears have changed and grown a lot, and I've faced all the things like going real deep and dark in the ocean, and blowing stuff up and being danger close and close to airstrikes and running around in combat zones. Faced all the fears of being in planes, getting shot at and jumping out of them, and just everything that was really kind of that I thought was spooky. I was like, this is something that I really need to do. For some reason, I thought that it's stupid. I know, like it's not because I don't have any self-preservation. I never really. Well, anyways, okay, let's get to the point. So, Sailor's Guide to Self-Reliance. We're going to get back to some basics. I know I talk about it a lot, and we try to do it a lot. That's how the channel started. I want to get back to it. And in these current times, with what's going on, over on the eastern seaboard, I want to talk about something that really everyone should know how to do. And I haven't covered down on this channel, and I don't know why, but this is important. So we're going to do this. We're going to purify water. We're going to take what we have and we're going to purify water and not have any filters, not have any UV light, not have any of that. We're going to use what we have in the dirt and on the ground and the trash, and we're going to go out and we're going to do this. Just because I really want to show you, so you know how to do it, just in case. Because as we all know, if you guys are on this channel, I know that you know something about survival. Something attracted you to this channel. You wanted more knowledge, and so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna teach you how to make activated charcoal, how to build a filter with layering up sand and grass and everything that you need to have a multiple layer filter to filter out, as far as I know, 99.999% of everything that'll mess you up. Now, I've done this a few times, and I've been fortunate to not get sick because I was drinking one time from a contaminated water source. This is before I started the YouTube channel. I was actually got stranded. Truck broke down by a pig farm. The pig farm had been bleeding into the little river and estuary that we were fishing salmon in out on the West Coast. And I just was thirsty and didn't pack out water because it was quite a distance from where I parked the truck to where the camp was, and my truck broke down. Phones didn't work out there, so I had a buddy that was coming. I knew I only had to survive like 2 or 3 days before he got there, and then I'd have a ride. So I stuck it out there, and it didn't get cut off, and that was cool. So we're gonna get back to some basics here, guys, and I wanted to throw a line out and see if there's anything like that or anything that I haven't thought of that y'all would like to learn how to do. I might know how to do it, and so I'm taking requests right now. Survival 101. Whatever you want to know, man, hit me up, leave a comment. Let's do it. Let's go. It's time. Love you, mean it. Stay salty. Where's that dog? Duck, duck. See how fast she comes. Oh, her recall is good. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Look at that. Sit. Guess who earns a treat? Nice. I'm starting to really like that dog.